Dinner mistakes that are slowly damaging your heart after 65. Your heart is always working. Even while you sleep, it never takes a break. But what if the way you eat dinner is secretly making its job harder, especially after the age of 65? Most people focus on breakfast or maybe lunch. But dinner? It's often overlooked. Yet for older adults, the evening meal can quietly shape how your heart behaves through the night. You may not notice the signs at first. A restless sleep, a little more fatigue in the morning, maybe a heartbeat that feels just a bit off. Over time, though, these small things can grow into something much bigger. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Not to scare you, but to help you take simple, gentle steps that can protect your heart without turning your life upside down. Because the truth is, your dinner habits matter more than you might think. So if you've ever wondered why you don't feel quite right after eating at night, or if you just want to make sure you're not making quiet mistakes that are slowly hurting your heart, this video is for you. And if you care about your heart health after 65, or someone you love does, don't forget to follow this channel. We share heart-smart tips every week, made especially for older adults who want to feel strong, safe, and supported in every stage of life. Now let's take a closer look at the first dinner mistake that may be quietly overworking your heart. Eating too late, when your dinner keeps your heart awake. After 65, your body begins to follow a gentler rhythm. It needs rest, calm, and recovery, especially at night. But when you eat dinner too late, your heart doesn't get the message to slow down. Instead, it keeps working hard, long after your head hits the pillow. Late-night meals force your digestive system to stay active when it should be winding down. That means your heart has to pump more blood to help break down food, especially heavy meals. For many seniors, this can lead to uncomfortable symptoms, feeling warm or restless in bed, waking up tired, or even noticing irregular heartbeats during the night. And it's not just about how you feel. Eating too late has been linked to higher nighttime blood pressure and increased risk of heart disease, especially in older adults. Your body needs time to process food before sleep. When that window gets too short, it creates stress for your stomach, your sleep, and most importantly, your heart. But here's the good news. You don't have to overhaul your routine. Just try shifting your dinner to an earlier time, around 6 or 7 p.m. That simple change gives your heart a break and your body a chance to wind down properly. Many seniors find that when they eat earlier, they sleep more deeply and feel more refreshed in the morning. Their heart rate steadies, their blood pressure improves, their energy returns. If you've been eating late without realizing the impact, don't worry. Small changes, made gently and consistently, can help your heart recover and thrive. Let's move on to the next quiet mistake, one that might be hiding in the salt shaker. Too much salt at dinner, the hidden pressure on your heart. Salt doesn't always shout. It sneaks in quietly, through soups, sauces, frozen dinners, and even those little extras like salad dressings or bread rolls. And for seniors over 65, too much salt at dinner time can silently push your blood pressure higher, especially at night when your heart needs peace the most. You might not feel it right away, but while you sleep, your blood vessels can become tighter. Your heart may work harder, and your blood pressure may stay elevated instead of dropping like it should. Over time, this can strain your heart, increase the risk of stroke, and make it harder for your body to rest and repair. Many people think, but I don't use the salt shaker much. The truth is, over 70% of the salt we eat comes from processed and packaged foods, not what we add ourselves. That means a can of soup, a slice of deli meat, or even a microwavable dinner can quietly carry hundreds of extra milligrams of sodium. The solution isn't bland food, it's smarter flavor. Herbs like basil, rosemary, garlic, or a splash of lemon juice can bring meals to life without hurting your heart. And if you start reading labels, even just occasionally, you'll be surprised how quickly you learn to spot and avoid high sodium items. When seniors make the shift to lower salt dinners, they often notice unexpected changes. Their blood pressure stabilizes. Swelling in the legs or ankles may ease. They sleep better, and their heart rate feels calmer at night. So if dinner has become a hidden source of salt, now is a good time to take it back. Your heart will thank you, quietly but powerfully. Next, let's talk about a surprising habit many think is healthy, but can actually leave your heart a little too empty. Skipping dinner. Skipping dinner. Why eating too little can stress your heart. It might seem harmless or even healthy. Maybe you're not hungry in the evening, or you've heard that skipping dinner could help you lose weight. But for seniors over 65, going to bed without a proper meal can quietly place stress on your heart instead of giving it rest. As we age, our blood sugar levels become more sensitive. When you skip dinner, your body may not get enough steady energy through the night. That can lead to low blood sugar while you sleep, a condition that may cause your heart rate to spike, trigger irregular rhythms, or wake you up with feelings of anxiety or restlessness. Some seniors also notice that skipping dinner makes them feel weaker or lightheaded in the morning. Without enough evening nutrition, your body might break down muscle overnight, slow your metabolism, or leave you dehydrated and unbalanced. And here's something important. Your heart is a muscle. It needs gentle, steady fuel. A small, balanced meal in the evening, something like a piece of grilled chicken, a handful of steamed vegetables, and a little brown rice, can help stabilize your blood sugar, calm your nervous system, and support your heart through the night. Eating dinner doesn't have to mean eating a big plate of food. It simply means giving your body and your heart the nutrients they need to rest, recover, and keep you strong. So if skipping dinner has become part of your routine, consider trying something different tonight. A small, thoughtful plate might do more for your heart than you realize. Up next, let's take a look at what happens when dinner gets a little too sweet or a little too starchy, and why that might be waking up your heart when it should be sleeping. Too many carbs or sugar before bed, spiking your heart at the worst time. For many people, dinner feels incomplete without something comforting, maybe a big helping of pasta, a soft slice of white bread, or a little dessert to end the day. But if you're over 65, too many simple carbohydrates or sugars in the evening can quietly disturb your heart's natural rhythm. Here's why. When you eat foods that are high in refined carbs or sugar late in the day, your blood sugar rises quickly. That triggers a strong insulin response, which then causes your blood sugar to drop just as quickly. This roller coaster can stress your heart, especially while you sleep. You might not feel it happening, but your heart does. Some people wake up in the middle of the night with their heart racing. Others feel anxious, hot, or restless and don't realize it's tied to what they ate hours earlier. These blood sugar swings don't just disrupt your sleep. Over time, they can increase your risk of insulin resistance, weight gain, and even heart disease. And they often go unnoticed because the signs are so subtle at first. But there's good news. You don't have to give up comfort. You just need to choose it wisely. Try replacing refined carbs with whole grains, like brown rice or quinoa. If you want something sweet, reach for a small bowl of berries, a few slices of apple with peanut butter, or a handful of walnuts. These options digest more slowly, keeping your blood sugar steady and your heart relaxed through the night. When seniors make these small shifts, they often report better sleep, fewer nighttime wake-ups, and a more peaceful feeling in their chest. Next, let's take a closer look at one more dinner habit that may be clogging your arteries without you realizing it. Too much saturated fat. Too much saturated fat, clogging your arteries before you sleep. There's something deeply satisfying about a rich, hearty meal, maybe a juicy steak, creamy mashed potatoes with butter, or a few slices of aged cheese. For many seniors, these foods bring comfort, tradition, and even memories of family dinners. But when saturated fat shows up too often at the dinner table, especially in the evening, it can slowly start to work against your heart. After 65, your blood vessels become more sensitive. When you consume too much saturated fat, like the kind found in red meat, full-fat dairy, or fried foods, it can increase levels of LDL, or bad cholesterol. Over time, this cholesterol may stick to your artery walls, narrowing them and making it harder for blood to flow. That means your heart has to pump harder, even while you're resting. And when this happens night after night, it quietly wears your heart down. You might not feel it immediately, but that heaviness after dinner, the shortness of breath going upstairs, or the need to sleep propped up with pillows, These could be your heart's way of asking for lighter, gentler choices. Here's the hopeful part. You don't have to give up flavor or feel deprived. You can swap a heavy steak for a piece of grilled salmon or roasted turkey breast. Use a drizzle of olive oil instead of butter. Add richness with avocado, nuts, or a spoonful of hummus instead of cream sauces or bacon bits. Many older adults find that when they reduce saturated fats at dinner, they not only feel lighter, but their cholesterol numbers improve, their digestion feels easier, and their sleep becomes more restful. If your heart could speak, it might say, "Thank you for making these shifts," not with words, but with steadier beats and smoother nights. Up next, let's talk about something that often feels relaxing in the evening, but may actually be overstimulating your heart. That evening glass of wine or cocktail. Evening alcohol, the relaxing habit that may be stirring up your heart. After a long day, there's something comforting about settling into your chair with a glass of wine or a small cocktail. It feels like a reward, a moment of peace. And for years, many have believed that a little alcohol at dinner might even be good for the heart. But the truth is more complicated, especially after the age of 65. As we get older, our bodies process alcohol more slowly. What once felt like just one drink can now have a stronger effect than it used to. And for your heart, that effect isn't always friendly. Alcohol can raise your heart rate, elevate your blood pressure, and in some cases even trigger irregular heart rhythms, especially when consumed in the evening, right before bed. Some seniors notice they don't sleep as deeply after a drink. Others wake up in the middle of the night feeling warm, anxious, or restless. Even if the drink helped you fall asleep faster, it may be stopping your body from entering the deep, restorative sleep your heart needs to recover. And while occasional moderate drinking might not be harmful for everyone, what moderate means becomes more important with age. For many older adults, even one drink a day can be too much, particularly if heart health is already a concern. That doesn't mean you need to give it up entirely, but consider having alcohol earlier in the evening, with food and limiting it to a few times per week rather than daily. Or better yet, explore non-alcoholic options like herbal tea, sparkling water with a slice of citrus, or a warm, calming drink that helps your body truly unwind. Making this shift doesn't mean giving up joy. It means choosing comfort that supports your heart instead of straining it. Next, let's look at something even simpler, yet often forgotten at the dinner table: drinking enough water. Your heart depends on it more than you might realize. Forgetting water, the simple step that makes your heart work harder. When we think about heart health, we often focus on food, but there's one quiet companion to every meal that matters just as much, and that's water. For many seniors, especially at dinner, it's easy to overlook hydration. Maybe you don't feel as thirsty in the evening, or you don't want to get up during the night, so you sip less or skip it altogether. But your heart notices. Water plays a vital role in keeping your blood flowing smoothly. When you're even mildly dehydrated, your blood can become thicker. That means your heart has to pump harder to circulate it, especially while you sleep. Over time, this extra effort can lead to fatigue, irregular heartbeats, and added pressure on your cardiovascular system. Many older adults are already at risk of dehydration simply because the body's thirst signals become weaker with age. Certain medications like diuretics or blood pressure pills can also increase fluid loss. So if you're not intentionally sipping, you may be running low without realizing it. But the fix is refreshingly simple. A glass of water with dinner, and another small one afterward, can help your body digest food, support circulation, and ease your heart's workload overnight. Some seniors even find that staying hydrated in the evening helps them sleep more soundly and wake up feeling less sluggish. If plain water feels dull, try adding a splash of lemon, a few slices of cucumber, or a sprig of mint. What matters is not the flavor, but the function, giving your heart the hydration it quietly depends on. Now that we've covered food, salt, fat, sugar, and even what you drink, there's one last habit to explore: what you do after dinner. Because how you spend those final hours before bed can shape the way your heart rests through the night. Let's take a look. Small dinner changes, big heart rewards after 65. Your heart has carried you through a lifetime of moments, big and small, joyful and difficult. It works every minute of every day, and it never asks for much. But as you grow older, the choices you make at the dinner table can quietly shape how well your heart continues to serve you. Now you've seen how a few common habits, eating too late, adding too much salt, skipping meals, loading up on sugar, relying on saturated fats, drinking alcohol too often, forgetting water, and skipping relaxation, can slowly wear your heart down without making a sound. But you've also seen how simple it can be to turn things around. You don't need a strict diet. You don't need to count every bite or change everything overnight. What you need is awareness and a willingness to care for your heart in small, steady ways. Eat a little earlier. Choose food that helps, not harms. Sip water, not just wine. Rest your body and your mind. These aren't rules, they're quiet acts of kindness toward the heart that's been with you through it all. And here's the beautiful part, it's never too late. Whether you're 65, 75, or 85, every calm evening, every balanced plate, every gentle step you take tonight makes a difference in how you feel tomorrow. If this video helped you better understand your heart, please take a moment to subscribe. We share new Heart Smart tips every week, made with love and care for older adults who want to live with strength, peace, and purpose. Your heart deserves it, and so do you.